How we doing, guys? It's good to see each one of you. Oh, let me set up for a second. And by that, I mean the monster, of course. Today I went for the original one. I usually take the white one or the mango one. That's also very good. New change. I got rid of the beard. It was not really my choice, but I have like a rash going on, some kind of infection, so I had to get it at least this short. But yeah, enough about me. How are you doing? What's been your struggles lately? I hope everything's going fine, or at least manageable. Quick thing I wanted to share with you. Today is the first day of me stopping cigarettes. So I thought, let me buy myself a stupid shit like this, right? An electric cigarette. And after 4 hours or 5 hours, it already quit on me, so I had to buy another one. Oh, this is the new one. This is the old one. I bought it at like 9 a.m. this morning, right? But whatever, things happen. Alright, this doesn't even work. Yes, I breathe air, I know. I just talked about how you doing, right? I said, I hope things are manageable. What I've learned lately is that we need to become good managers of ourselves, of our life. And if we cannot manage our time or energy, just stuff like that, like the usual, nothing's gonna work. And if we don't have fun in our life, that's completely on us. Fortunately, that's on us. I mean, thank God. Actually, wait a second. I did not want to wear my sunglasses. I didn't want to disrespect nobody, but the light is actually hurting my eyes. So, fortunately, we can change anything about our life, right? We are the managers, we are the workers. Like many like to look at this as the prisoner and the guard, right? But we don't have to look at our life like a prison, because it's not a prison, right? But we can think of it like, imagine a McDonald's franchise. There's like 10 people maybe on one shift working at the same time. There's one manager, so he manages 10 people. Now those 10 people, some of them can't even speak the language. Some of them are just dumb as fuck. You tell them 10 times, this is how the fries get fucking put in the little bag. Just put the fries in the bag. And they don't even get that. And there's people who you could tell them anything and they'll do it, you know? With a smile on their face. And it really depends, the atmosphere of the workplace really depends on the manager. This is how we should look at our life, and this is how I started to look at my life. Because there's parts of us, right? We are not a single organism. All the organisms in us complete us, make us who we are. And there's parts of our life that we just can't do, we have not trained some parts of ourselves enough. This is killing me, but that's fine. Also with addiction, if you are addicted to something, like right now I want to smoke this electric cigarettes, right? I'm just gonna smoke as much as it takes today. I'm just gonna buy 3, even 4, if that's how many it takes to get the urge out of me. Because I know after today I'm gonna get more than enough. I'm not gonna wanna drink them again. Smoke them again, right? There's some people coming my way. I might just take a break. That's what I would say, right? That's what I want to say. But I'm not going to say that. So, we was talking about managing our time and becoming managers of ourselves. Now, there's parts of us that have not been trained enough right? So we cannot just put ourselves in a situation even though we want to do the best. Let's say you have social anxiety. Let's really understand that and let's work with that, you know? If your body is tired but you still want to train like 5 days a week like crazy, just understand that your body is actually tired and take the break. Like, be a good manager of yourself. There are situations where we don't have to push ourselves too hard. And we should not do that, you know? So, let's go easy on ourselves. And the other thought I had is like, I actually went to the church yesterday. I usually take a jog and I go to the church. Wait a second, there's a little dog. Desenvolve. Angst oder was?
Ja, ja.
Oh je.
Super.
Aber süß ist er.
Ja, absolut.
Gut. So. All right, there was some anxiety to that interaction, only because the camera was rolling, but it was nice, you know. So, I was talking about me going to the church yesterday. I went for a jog. I'm not really feeling well lately. I'm not sure what it is, but I think I know what it is. I think the energy channels in my body are like blocked. You know, some of them. I mean, looking from a Buddhist perspective, a yogi perspective, there's like chakras, right? And there's a raw energy that directly flows through you from your body, and then there's the divine consciousness from above. But whatever, they're just energies, right? And they manifest themselves through multiple forms, the chakras. And I feel like one of them has actually been blocked for a while. People coming again, that's crazy. Abend.
Abend.
So there's this multiple channels of energy flowing through us at each moment of our life, right? And I feel like one of them has been blocked lately. And I could pinpoint which one because it was in direct contradiction with my semen retention routine. And there was some energy that I could not transmute. Like, I also learned today that there's two different kinds of raw energy and semen retention energy. First, there's that raw force that we each get, right? Just a raw sexual energy that each of us get. And we can point that in directions quite easily. So we can pinpoint that and transmute that energy quite easily. Also, just one human moment between us. Like, I got anxious right now. Like, the first people went by, I actually handled it quite nicely within my body, right? In my mind. But then the second people surprised me. So, alright, so there's two types of sexual energy. It's the one that's just raw, that each of us has, right? And then there's the one attached to something. For me, I know what it was. I actually developed a crush on somebody, on a girl, right? And I don't really give attention to such things. I mean, I pursued the crush and it didn't work out. I was like, all right, it's not for me. That's it. But my mind still hanged to that crush. So my attention kept going back to that person, right? And that energy kept growing and growing because where attention goes, energy flows, and it just kept flowing in that direction when I was unconscious of it. Not when I was not really unconscious, but in moments of the day, between actions, between things, my mind would just go there. And I've seen in the last week that I actually got tired for no reason all of the time. I was just not feeling myself. like really not feeling myself. I was not training, I was not eating properly. I was doing an okay job at my job, but I was not really motivated to do anything worth doing, right? I was just doing things because I have to. I was even taking a shower just because I have to. You know, I normally enjoy maintaining my body and taking care of myself. So I actually chose to release today because that energy I could not get rid of, right? And this is what I wanted to talk about today is let's go back to the church. So I went back to the church yesterday and I was looking, there was like maybe not Jesus but a saint just like riding a horse, right? And that horse was looking down from the church. It was a statue right in the middle of the entrance. And in the night, because I went at like 1 a.m., I'm not sure, the horse was just the way it looked at me, and it was night. It looked like a fucking demon, you know, like a monster actually. So then, I got the understanding that the saint was not riding a horse, but it was riding the body, the animal, the horse, which we can put to work just as we put a horse to work. So then it clicked for me. I should not go against the body. I should not just like I don't know if you ever had horses. I used to have horses when I was a little boy, right? You have to take care of horses, and they're very smart. But you have to, in order for them to listen to you, you have to feed them. You have to show them some love, and just take care of them, right? So that's when it came to me like my body is constantly asking me to release this energy in this specific subject, right? But it could be anything that your body asks you to do. Your body asks for some nutrients, for sleep, for interactions, for whatever it may be, and we should give it to him, right? Take care of our body so our body can take care of us. And then, continuing this thought, the way we become good managers of our energies, we need to use our body to do that because the chakras are located in the body. There's 7 main chakras. All I know is that the first one is the root chakra. I forgot the name of those. I've been studying them for a while, but I really don't care. I just care what they do. I know the last one is the crown chakra, this is the third eye chakra, right? Whatever. Look, I'm not really here to explain to you the technical things. You can get that from Google, right? I'm just trying to explain how I'm using this information in my day-to-day life because my memory is also fucked. So all I can do is try to find practices that work for me. So in order for us to get rid of fear I know is located in the root chakra, which is where our sexual energy resides, right? What are we using to get rid of that anger? The body. Where is that energy stored? In the body. So it's not enough to do the shadow work and the meditation because we need 2 of them tools to actually achieve something. So as much as we need to take care of our mental health and of our minds, just as much we need to take care of our bodies. This is something I learned today, and I gotta say, I feel a bit wiser today. I'm glad those experiences happen. I keep looking back because I keep hearing things. I'm thinking somebody's gonna come over again, and they're gonna see. You don't even know how this looks. You know, this setup is so. Wait, maybe you can see it in my glasses. It's very stupid, right? I don't even have something to put my phone on. Also, the microphone wasn't working today. I got here and for like 10 minutes the microphone wasn't working. Yeah, lately there's been some bad luck. And that's only happening to me because I'm not aligned. Because my energy channels are blocked And that's when the bad luck happens, you know? I mean, it's fine, I don't really care. If this is how it has to be, then so be it. But if we look at it mostly, this things going wrong all over the place usually happen when we are not aligned with our true selves. And aligned really just means doing what we know we are supposed to be doing for our minds, for our soul, for our body. And for me, the last week, I told you, like, I kept having this suppressed energy in my system that was fucking everything up. And I was not doing anything about it. So, yeah. I mean, I'm glad it only took a week before I figured it out, you know. In the past, there's things. Remember, I talked in one of my videos, I don't know if you watched it, but I've talked about there's levels to this life. And this is a very good situation to explain what I meant by that. So, levels. For example, to the level I got now, right? I got a long time into semen retention. I learned whatever I learned on my journey, right? Now, this was the next lesson to learn. To actually let go of that identity of me having to have a perfect streak on semen retention, me having to train every day, whatever it may be, right? I had to be confident without those things. I mean, it's great that we can build confidence with meditation, with training, with all of these things, but there comes a point where we need to be able to detach from those things and still be confident and still get the benefits, because identity does not come from proof. It only comes from us. So this was my next level up. And it took me a week to get through it. I'm glad as fuck that it only took a week. Like I said, in the past, there's been times, I mean years actually, right? I was depressed, suicidal, and anxious for like half my life. There was something that I had to get through to get to the next level that I could not recognize because I was unaware of what I need to do. And this is why I also say a bad life comes out of ignorance. Because for me to notice what's actually going wrong with me, in my body, in my life, I had to be self-aware enough. And that's the opposite of ignorance, right? So we need to be conscious, we need to be self-aware. We need to ask ourselves, why am I like this? Why am I doing this the way I'm doing it? Why am I frustrated? Whatever it may be, we have to ask those things to become conscious of our own being. Also, I've said in the past, the only person we can truly take care of is ourselves. And the only person that can truly understand us is ourselves, nobody else. So yeah, I hope you learned something out of my experience.